Hey, what is going on the YouTube? This is Robert, and today I'm bringing to a little bit of a different video. I don't know when I'm going to upload this, because I've got so many things now recorded and done. It's kind of helpful that I've literally got like a month plus set, and we're zooming. Okay, so because of that, I don't know when this is going out, but today we're going to be talking about a subject or an item in particular that I didn't think I'd be doing for quite some time, I'm not going to lie. Now, not too long ago, I uploaded a video that was going through like my collection, which is here, my graded collection. And in that, it's got a lot of the cards that I've picked up from basically like early into the One Piece TCG, which is like Jan, February, March of 2023, all the way to like recent times, obviously, when I've graded cards myself. Now, amongst those, there are those that I like, and there are those that I dislike, mainly because of the fact that I sort of wanted a collection of like 10s for my personal, and my first submission went absolutely amazing. You know, it was great. My second submission got butchered. I didn't get a single 10, which was a real dampener because of the fact that at the time, a raw copy was worth more than my 9.5 or 9.5 with Beckett. Now you fast forward to this point in time and you have a real implosion or explosion in the market in general. That's for both raw, graded and boxes and everything in general pretty much. And you get to the stage where I basically about 2 weeks ago, so this is the middle of December, I searched up a couple of the cards and I was just like, because I was sorting things out, ordering things, moving things about, and I was just like, let's take a look to see where things are at. And I was surprised, pleasantly surprised at that, because it was the complete opposite of how it was about a year ago, where the raw was obviously worth more than the graded, and now the graded's worth more by like 1.5 to like 3 times to the raw card, which is kind of crazy. Now, in the first place, I think at the end of the day, the raw copy is probably just the best thing to keep onto and hold on to, because you have the option to grade it if you'd like to, but you also have the option to, you know, not do so and just keep it raw, and it makes it a little bit easier to sell, I think, when people do come to sell things or at that point in time. So I went ahead, I listed up like 7 of the cards that are 9.5 or 9.5s, purely because of the fact that I don't need them. I don't really want them. I would have probably kept them if I did get them graded and they'd just be in like my binder sort of collection, but it's just one of those things. And one of the cards in particular, I was extremely surprised by, because it had a massive boom. So I would take the card out of my collection, move that to the side, and we will get into this. So the card is going to be the Super Pre-Release Luffy. It's going to be the STO one, obviously starter deck 1, 0, 1, 2. It's not obviously the winner or like the leader card or anything, but it's just the plain and simple card, as you can see. Now, I bought this on eBay in 2023. It was like February, mid-February, January, something like that. I bought it for £22. That is including shipping. I paid £22 for this card. It was £20 basically, so like $25, $27 at a push. And I've held it ever since, because I was buying so many cards at that point that I still have a majority of them. I let go of some of them at the time because they were sort of impulse buys, but others I've basically got every single one that I purchased, because I really just wanted to build up like a sort of collection. And at the time, these cards were genuinely £15 to £30 at a push. If you saw a card that was like above 100 or above 200, that was for one of two reasons. It was either a manga, or it was like a promo, or like winning like a competition or a tournament or something type of card. That is it. The biggest one that I remember used to be it was the Tony Chopper like 3-on-3 tournament or something. In Japan it's called Flagship Battle, but I'm pretty sure it was that card, and that was like a £500-600 card graded at the time. You could try to get it less, but that's where it was sitting at. I think it's massively plummeted since then. But yeah, that was one of like the big ones that I can remember. I remember seeing vividly. But cards like this, I could have probably bought like 4, 5 or 6 for under £30 at the time. I just didn't, obviously, because it's like, oh my god, this Luffy card's really cool. I'm going to get that and keep that in my collection. Now you fast forward to now, and we can head on to TCG Player, where you look at a couple of the cards. Now, I opened up this card a week ago, 2 weeks ago, something like that. And the sales on here I think haven't really updated, and they're not really to the point of where the current market is at. It says the recent sale is 65, average is 66, median is 60, high sale of 150, lowest of $45, but there are no listings. On eBay, however, this card has absolutely gone crazy. Now, when you head over to eBay, you might see something to do with the prices, and that is the fact that they are into the heavens. 260 for the raw copy of this card, 185, and you might think that's quite high. No, because people have been selling this card left, right, and center for 100 to all the way up to 200 plus. You have 370 for a PSA 10 there about 2 weeks ago, and across the board you have it absolutely ascending in price, just absolutely rocketing up and just going crazy. There's Beckett, there's this, there's that. You have it for £40 in November. You have 3 for 130, and then now you can sell it from anywhere from like 160 to 250, which is absolutely crazy. 44, 26. It is worth so much more than that. Even there, someone sold one for 185 just about a week before that, which is mental. But nothing holds a candle to me, sadly, because when I was listing up all of the cards, I thought I'll list this up, and there was a card in Canada. There's some here and there on like platforms like Vinted and other places, and across the board I was surprised because the cheapest PSA 10, past the one that had sold for like 370, 380, the cheapest one was 815. That's pounds. That's like $1,000 or over $1,000. Past that, it is in Japan for like what I think it was like 975, which is literally like $1,200 or $1,300, if not more. And I was like, whoa. So I was like, you know what? I'll list mine up, see what happens. It quickly got a disgusting amount of views. I mean, it had 400 or 500 views in like 3 days, which I was extremely surprised by. And then beyond that, it sold. Now you might be like, yeah, but if you're a One Piece fan, you'd keep it, and yes, but at the same time, a box costs 90, 100 if you want to get it from Bandai, and I paid £20 for this card. If it goes to 3,000-4,000, amazing for those who have it, for those who buy it and such, congratulations. But for me at this point in time, that is so much money. I mean, you're not even talking 10 times my original price. You're talking close to 40 times the original price that I paid for the card. So what would anyone do, at the end of the day? So I sold it. I'm going to be shipping it off today, and that's that. So hopefully the same happens with a couple of the other cards that I have. So then I will then be able to get some more boxes for my brother and myself. Maybe we'll get a case of like JP, because, might have some luck there, maybe not, but I don't know. When things are a little bit better, I will definitely look into those aspects of things. But for the time being, I'm just extremely happy and grateful for this card. And for the fact that I bought it, and for the fact of the real implosion of One Piece, and that it's just absolutely gone crazy, because that's insane. Genuinely, like, that's insane. That's close to the price of a manga card. It's more than most manga cards that are out there that this has sold for. So I've still got all of my other cards. I've literally only sold 3. I'm only looking to offload 8 overall, so 3 out of 8 have gone, and I'm hopefully going to get rid of all my bulk as well, so then I can just almost start fresh. And yeah, let me know though if you've done anything close or similar, because I know there are people who have made a lot of joke videos where they're like, haha, selling my like serialized, Shanks, serialized Luffy, serialized this, serialized that, my top 4, top 8, top this, all of those cards, PSA 10 and all of this and that. And then they're like, psych, not doing that, holding to the moon. And I get that when it comes to those cards, because they are already extremely expensive. And yeah, so I'd understand people being like, nah, I'm not going to sell, I'm going to hold. But let me know if you have sold, if you've gotten rid of anything, if you've let go of any cards that you don't really want, or what you're doing in general, whether you're holding to like the moon to see, or what you're going to see how the market goes, I suppose. For me personally, I'd say March is your real test of time, because that's typically when a big crash happens with One Piece. You also have the January release of the volume 5 and 6. So that's something to look out for as well. I might try and get like 2 of each and then just hold on to 2, because they do include OP13, but at the same time I feel like I should just get 1 of each and then just open them and yeah, see what happens. Maybe open them for my brother, I don't know. But I am just very thankful that this card has done this. And yeah, I didn't get into it to make any money in the first place. Like, so many of these cards were literally worth, like at some points this was selling less than £20 out of 10, because people really didn't care like at all. So yeah, so many of them have done the same, where I could have let go of a load of JP ones a while ago, probably like a year ago, when they were all like 100 or 150 each. I thought I could, but they're in my collection. So, but when it comes to something like this, it's a lot of money. It is a lot of money. Like, realistically, it's so much money. So yeah. But anyway, that is going to cover this video. So thank you for watching. I should be uploading a handful of different things over, well, the duration of the year in the end, because this might go out in the New Year's in the end. But yeah, I'm just still in utter disbelief that someone bought this genuinely. Like, it's actually, it's crazy. It's so crazy. Like, it really is. But yeah, that's going to cover me yapping, so thank you for watching. I do hope that you have a good rest of your day, a great year, because this will probably be out in 2026. And other than that, I will see you all next time. Peace.